So at 26 at that juncture would be 1896.
1896.
So figure out what the month is, and you'll know the month and day, and you'll know what how old he is now. Did you figure yours?
How about November 5th?
Whenever you want.
I'm a year older.
You're a year older than him?
No.
Oh, you're 1 year older than you were last time. So is he, because November has come and gone. So you're 27 now. They should put DOB on there instead of age, in my opinion. Or DOB age. Because the way that I run the game, sometimes months or years can pass before.
Yeah, because they have birthplace, which is...
Yeah.
Which seems less important than actual date of birth.
Yeah.
So, and what I'm hoping to do with this group is to merge it into my regular Call of Cthulhu group in a month or two.
Yeah, what time period are they in?
They're at 1929.
Okay.
Right
so that's
now,
why you're kind of jumping.
Yes, but what I might be doing is revamping and moving it to 1850s, because there's a Wild West Call of Cthulhu game coming in.
Ooh.
And one of my friends has said, I want to be in this game. And
I'd totally be before like having a Doc Holliday type character.
Exactly. So I might be kind of starting up a new campaign of that, but I want you guys to have a feel for Call of Cthulhu, and 20s is the most prevalent era, and the one I enjoy the most. So anyway, backstory. Okay. All right. So you've had breakfast. It's 9:30, 10 o'clock. Winters knows where this place is. It's up on the north side of Manhattan. 174th Street, I think is what it says on there.
Yeah. Well, 172.
172nd Street. Okay, so that's north of where you guys are, because you're down by Central Park.
Yeah. How long would it take us to get there this winter?
Like 10 minutes by taxi cab.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what you're gonna. The only time you use your car is when you're like driving out of the city. You probably drive your car up to Long Island to your mansion and that kind of stuff. Or you could take a train. Do you have a car in the city? You guys are super wealthy.
Probably.
I mean, you could buy this in 1 month and buy it. You could buy one every month.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to. So.
Probably just something, just for like cruising, just to like to get between the 2 points.
Okay.
Not really for like traveling.
So your car's in town right now, and it's lodged away in a garage somewhere.
Yeah, but I'll probably just take a cab because it's easier.
It is so much easier. Yes.
All right, Daryl, do you want to go to this funeral home and ask some questions?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
At least we can do is pay our respects.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah. The paper arrived. Winters brings you the paper. There's a spread about a murder last night.
I intently read.
Apparently, this is probably the New York Times that you're reading. I think that they existed then.
Yeah.
Peter Minusco was mortally wounded, yet somehow indomitably willing himself to stay alive, tried to reach help, only to be cut down, ironically, by the very aid he sought, the police. Ruminations on life's meanings are in here, blah, blah, blah. Newspaper writers at the time could be as much editorial as actual news.
Yeah.
He was a self-employed accountant, a man with a spotless record, who in a moment of weakness entered the Blue Heaven Ballroom. Police think he was mistaken for some criminal foe, and that this was some kind of mob hit. The mayor's office announces the padlocking of the Blue Heaven Ballroom, offering thanks for such a cesspool of vice and crime has been located. The mayor was there last night.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
Okay. Mr. Ronald Marlowe, the manager of the club, has been arraigned. The charges that they've listed seem really petty.
Just kind of slap on the knee.
Yeah, slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. It also notes that he has already been released on bail. Like, literally, this is a morning paper, so this must have gone to press 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning at the latest. There's a government agent, Roger Daniels. He testifies that the Blue Heaven was selling alcohol. His picture is in the paper. Here he is. There he is. That's the picture that's in the paper, Roger Daniels. He's obviously he's a prohibition agent or with the Treasury Department or something like that who cracks down on alcohol sale.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's what's in the newspaper that morning. I don't have an actual physical copy for you guys. Sorry. I should have made one, but this week has been hell on earth for me.
Yeah, I heard.
And super busy trying to get 2 RPG journals out, so.
Okay.
Boom.
All right.
So that's all that's in the paper. You got this guy's name
Before
now.
I leave,
You
can
can
I
flip
ask,
him over. Yep. Pete
Before-
Manusco.
can I, before we leave, go to the funeral home, can I ask Winters more questions?
Yeah.
Winters, do you know who Ryan Daniels is?
He does not. He hasn't read the papers right there
Oh, okay. Well,
yet. It came right to you.
okay. Daryl, do you think they could have... Do these two look...
What?
No.
You don't recognize this guy? If he was in the club last night, it's not surprising. That place was packed. I mean, this was crazy for you. You've never been to any place like this. It was a lot of fun.
I just forget about it.
Okay, never
And
mind.
We just go get a cab.
Okay, you guys can get a cab and go up to the funeral home. Do you want to get there around 11? You want to get there early?
I want to get there a little early.
Like how early?
Like 10 minutes early.
Oh, 10 to? Yeah. Okay, you can.
Not early enough that we kind of stand out like a sore thumb, but...
It looks like, there's a funeral. It looks like they're prepping for a funeral. Many Negroes, or coloreds. Now, these are the respectful ways to call them.
Yeah.
In this era, black can actually be an insult.
Okay.
Negro is polite. Colored is recognized elsewhere. Negro is polite but highfalutin, so it's when people are being very polite about the whole situation. The term nigger is almost universally used by whites without apology, but at the same time it is insulting.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So calling someone a Negro or colored is actually acceptable behavior for white people in this era. It might not necessarily be something that black people love, but it's better than other alternatives.
Yeah.
So there are several colored people here. You're the only white people here, which gets you a lot of looks.
I kind of just looked through the crowd.
Okay.
To try and find one of the people we saw last night.
Wester, you see, up near the front with family. Obviously, there's an older woman there, possibly the widow.
Yeah.
Who's crying. What do you guys want to do when you get there? I mean, they're going to have like the eulogy and all that stuff. We're not going to go into a lot of detail on that. But where do you want to sit? Are you going to sit in the back? You want to sit in the front with the family? What do you guys want to do?
We should probably sit in the back for now.
Yeah.
Okay. There's some other Negroes who sit by you. One of them, they all look super surprised to see white people here. You know, just like you see people in front of like, they're like, and then there's whispering going on when they see you.
I look over to him.
They're pretty far away. There's a little old lady sitting next to you. She comes in, she's just kind of a little old black lady with kind of frizzy hair, and she sits down next to you.
Hello, ma'am.
Gives you both a look. Well, hello, gentlemen.
Hello, ma'am.
What is your relation to Mr. Fayette?
We don't actually know him. We just came to pay our respects, and we actually came to talk to Mitch.
Oh, that's. She points him out. You recognize him, and you can guess it was the cornet player who stopped and asked if you could get. That's so sweet. Well, thank you.
Yeah, Mitch lost something last night. We're trying to get it back to him.
Oh dear. Well, he'll be playing. He'll be playing when they take Mr. Fayette's remains. But you could probably talk to him afterwards after they put him in the ground.
That's what we had planned on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very sweet of you to come. And she touches you. She touches you, but it's almost like she's worried about touching you. You know what I mean? It's a terribly racist age in 1923. Okay. Somebody leans over and whispers in the little lady's ear, and it sounds like she's talking about you guys, Jessica, and that information starts making the rounds. Apparently, you know what I mean?
Could we have made a listen check to try to hear it?
Yeah, sure. You can make a listen check. Yeah, good idea.
I get a 3.
Yeah, he hears it.
You hear it? You hear it say, oh, they're here to pay their respects. They know Mitch. And the man's like, oh. And he seems like, because at first he was he's giving you guys one of these looks when you first saw him, and when you had talked to her afterwards, he was like, and that's when that information started going around. So pay respects seems to get the approval of most of the people that are here. A few are still like that, like what are they really here for? But for the most part, you're guessing that people actually seem to be not displeased
by our presence.
Correct. The funeral there's a eulogy. The widow speaks. It's very touching. At the end, there's some singing. At the end, everybody files out backwards order, kind of like the family goes first, and then everybody else. You guys are some of the last ones out of the hall. Eventually, 6 pallbearers emerge from the hall. They're carrying a long pine coffin, very cheaply made coffin. There's a black policeman on a motorcycle who is going to lead the way as they go down the street. He's obviously controlling traffic at intersections too to stop them. So that it's basically everybody who's in the funeral is joining in and walking with this crowd. Do you guys want to join in towards the end? Do you want to stay kind of on the sidewalk and just keep up? Do you want to just let him go? Mitch is actually playing. Mitch and his whole band were there. You realize that afterwards. They had the backs to you, so you couldn't really tell. But his whole band is there, and they start playing music as the procession heads down the street.
Is it the same thing they were playing last night?
No.
So are they following them, or are they just staying in the spot?
No, they're following.
Okay.
This is like a parade. This is like all the pallbearers with you got the cop on the bike, you got the pallbearers with the coffin, you got friends and relatives, and you got the band and more friends and relatives.
I guess I kind of look at Daryl and kind of whisper it to him. Let's try and follow Mitch and his band pretty closely.
Good idea.
Okay. So you're just kind of following on the sidewalk. Okay.
Try not to make ourselves too obvious that we're following them.
Alright.
Just kind of like we're following the progression.
They strike up, I'll see you on Judgment Day. Very jazzy, in a very jazzy way. But like this. But very like low-key, minor chords. Obviously this is a...
Somber.
Somber, very respectful. As the procession moves, more people join who weren't at the funeral itself, but join the procession. All Negroes. There's soulful renditions, hymn after hymn. The musicians... Oh, sorry, I was mistaken. The musicians walk in line behind the coffin. Wester's in the front. There's a drummer in the rear with the bass drum, just banging it whenever it needs to be. Everybody has a serious and noble bearing. It's all very respectful. As you guys are kind of following on one side, passing some storefronts, you have a feeling you're being watched. You can each make a spot hidden. I'm at the piecing. This went straight to my head.
I got a 12 out of 27.
He's seeing everything.
You see Leroy Turner
What is
across the street in a storefront. He's smoking. He's got a cigarette. He's watching. But you still have the feeling somebody's watching you. He wasn't looking at you exactly. You just have this weird, like, up the back of your neck, someone else is watching. Go ahead.
I kind of just nudge Daryl very subtly and just point at the general direction of where Leroy is. Then you can look at him.
I say, you want to go check that out while I keep walking?
If you guys cross the street here, he's on the other side of the street, you have to go through the procession. And it's grown fairly long.
I don't think the crowd very much appreciate us leaving.
True. And you see black people on the street are taking their hats off as the procession goes by, and just standing like very respectfully.
I just kind of whisper to him, let's just take note of things here.
You see Leroy, or Turner, he throws his cigarette down and he snubs it out, and then he steps out and he lifts up his trumpet, and the band strikes up Closer Walk with Thee, which I think is actually playing here.
Yeah.
And he comes up alongside Wester and starts to play that same horn that you saw him have last night, the unusual looking horn. You can make a spot hidden at half. So your whatever number's at half or spot
Do
hidden.
I do this too, or?
No, you already know it's the same horn. No. Okay, he's just got a silver horn. He starts to blow melancholy notes in fine counterpoint to Wester's cornet, and the rolling murmur through the crowd testifies to the music's beauty. Everybody seems approving of this. About 20 seconds later, each of you can make a listen check.
28. I hear it.
25, I do not.
James.
Yeah, there's a closer walk with me again. No for you, but yes for James. Check listen if it's not already
It's
checked.
already checked.
All right.
James is apparently thought it.
There's moaning coming from inside the coffin. Make me a sanity check.
Glad I didn't hear that.
Oh,
73.
Aldo, what's your current sanity?
49.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Actually, I need to go first.
Oh yeah. Here, wait. Write down 2. Knock off 2 sanity points first, and then go to the bathroom.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then we'll continue at that point.
How much, wasn't it last time that, you lost, 10 points of sanity in a single session? Something bad happened?
5 points.
5 points.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay, we'll figure that out when you get back.
Okay.
5 when I get back. No, 5 is temporary insanity.
Oh, okay.
But there's a certain amount you lose, and you're gonna end up with a phobia or a mania or something like that.
That's right.
What is your sanity before you lost all your shit?
19?
19.
And now I'm at 13.
So 19 is a 3. Did you lose more than 3 points of sanity? Okay.
Lost 6.
So we need to figure out together a phobia or a mania or something like that, or PTSD or whatever, for that, because you guys got another indefinite insanity. You got covered in blood. You could have an aversion to guns. You could have an aversion to blood, guts, being dirty. Because you lost 6 when that guy got his head blown up. Dead bodies. Someone being killed. I think that might be a little too specific. Dead bodies would be ready for that. Well, this is something that's going to affect you as a phobia at some point. Or you could have night terrors.
I'm thinking...
PTSD, which means that when something bad happens, you fall back into terror.
I'm thinking sight of blood.
Sight of blood? Okay. Let's pause for a second while I pee. We'll look up that phobia. So, phobias and manias. You got a new one. What was your sanity when we started this whole thing?
55.
55?
47 right now.
So 11. If you use 11 points in a short amount of time.
Okay.
So put an 11 somewhere near your sanity. They really should have some kind of a temporary insanity box. Or indefinite insanity.
Oh, wait, never mind.
You can put 11 under indefinite insanity.
No, wait.
What is your new sanity?
13.
13 is now a 2.
Okay, 1 second. I've been putting down my luck instead of my sanity.
Oh, that's not good.
I remember.
So get your luck back up.
Yeah, I put it back at my luck is 55, my sanity's at 60.
Okay. So a 60 is actually going to be a 60 is a 12. So you have to lose 12 in an hour or so, or of that kind of thing. You have to lose 2.
Okay, so
Let me go pee real quick. Just
Go ahead.
talk amongst yourselves.
Oh.
I
wonder how much longer until the funeral.
I nudge you very discreetly to kind of get your attention and whisper very quiet. I hear moaning from the coffin. The same. I'll ask him.
That don't sound good.
Kind of reminds me of last night, particularly.
Was he moaning before he started talking?
Yes.
Let's just wait and see what happens.
You know, Turner has I just heard it when Turner started playing, and he has a special instrument he's playing. That's 4 keys rather than 3.
Never heard of an instrument like that.
No.
At least it's not shaped like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will be ready for anything to happen in a moment.
I'll keep it at hand.
What a miss.
I told him about the casket.
You thought you heard the noise inside the casket.
And he also told me about the special trumpet.
Yeah, and thought that.
Oh yeah, we can retro that in that you have done that. That you were talking about the trumpet as you guys were walking.
Yeah.
And then the pallbearers lurched, and they look at each other like kind of startled.
Yeah.
The crowd gasps. The music kind of just dies. It's boom. And then the coffin lid smashes open.
Oh boy.
The pallbearers, as they drop their burden and pull back, the late Frederick Fayette emerges. Gray, puffy, bewildered, shrieks, screams, and astonishment are general. Sanity checks. Now, if your sanity's in the shitter, if you see something starting to happen, you want to be like, I ain't looking, I don't want to know. You can. This kind of caught you off guard. So
I got 52.
52, is that a success?
Out of 52.
Out of 52 is a success.
Okay.
So you lose 0, actually. You make it.
I was expecting something like this to happen.
Yeah. Did you make it? All right. We'll do this out here since your sanity is a precarious perch. 5 points.
I get another phobia.
You don't. Maybe dead bodies, coffins.
Yeah.
You're already scared of blood. There's no blood here. Dead bodies, coffins, black people. That would suck. It could be a mania. I fucking hate black people. Whenever I'm around them, bad shit happens. You don't have to decide like this second. Okay. Keep that in mind. You also need to make me an idea check if you want to fail. Whenever you lose 5 points in one go, you might go temporarily insane.
So am I temporarily still hating on short people, or did I?
No. You're good to go from that. That was a temporary thing. You made it. All right. So we got a D10. We need a D10. Real time bouts of madness. Oh, it's a different one. Oh, you get another phobia.
Lots of phobias today.
So here's the deal. This phobia can be anything you want.
Anything I want.
And if it's not there, you're gonna think it's there. So how do you want to play this? Now, no, these are temporary, so these only last a few rounds.
Okay.
A round is 2 to 5 seconds. So we're talking a very short amount of time that your character will think, what do you want to have a new phobia of? That it might not even be attached to anything that's happening with you at the moment.
Ghosts.
Ghosts! Oh, that's a good one. So this isn't like an indefinite, you get another indefinite too because you lost 2 points. So you can increase that to being an indefinite insanity as well, or it could be something completely unrelated. But right now, there's a ghost in that guy. There's a ghost in that guy, and it's a phobia, so you're terrified of this corpse, which that's probably a good idea. Climbing up out of the coffin right now. How you want to handle that, you can give me an idea. Various hands are reaching out to help him up. Obviously, people are starting to say, oh, buried alive. They were going to bury him alive. That kind of like rumble is starting to go through the crowd. You're scared of ghosts. That's just a dead body with a ghost in it. What do you want to do?
I told him that.
You can. You're just staring at it like terrified?
Yeah.
Unable to act? You can go that route. That works.
What's Turner doing right now?
Turner has... he's still playing. He's the only one still playing. But the notes are starting to go sour. Like he's not blowing like he should. Like he's as surprised at this as everybody else. He's kind of trying to keep going, but it sounds like he's going to be done in like very shortly. He's just going to stop, you're guessing. Because it's like...
Can I go confront him?
Okay, yeah, you head right into you're heading right for Turner. So, while you're heading for Turner, you see Lizzie Fayette, the little old lady that was up in the front, obviously the wife of the deceased, steps in front of her dead husband, and she lifts her mourning veil, and you can see this, you're very close to the action. And you see this too, but you're more focused on dead guy, so it's more secondary, so keep that in mind. Her cheeks are wet with tears, and she whispers, and you hear this specifically, I need a listen check from you. Freddy? Is that you? You don't hear this, you don't care. You're like, ghost. If this guy takes a step towards you, you are going to want to get the fuck out. Any way you can. Jump through a window of a shop nearby, run down the street, whatever. Fayette stops, he lurches forward towards her, not towards you, luckily. Looks at her in shock, and then looks around, and then he throws his head back, and he gives a terrible scream. He's like, ah! It's just mournful. It's awful. He collapses. at her knees and trembling arms folded around them. About this time, Jones, or no, what the fuck? Is it Jones? Leroy Jones? Turner has finally stopped playing. You guys both see, you're watching it, you don't need to make us check. You're focused on Turner, so make me a spot hidden to see if you notice this. But you definitely see it. Tell me if you make it.
I got 75. So
it's okay. You don't care. You see that he's folded his arms around his wife's legs, and he just puts his head down, and then he just goes limp. Like the ghost is gone. But all these other people have ghosts in them.
Or maybe the ghost.
You have a ghost in you!
Maybe the ghost possessed someone else.
Okay, so you're just paralyzed with terror right now. This lasts about 30 seconds. So you're almost done with it. But you do get new phobia too. 3! You're up to 3! Good job! Poor guy. Dude, you can have so much fun playing up your phobias. There's clamor in the crowd. Anger begins to spark against the mortician, Mr. Dupuy, funeral home. You're hearing buried alive, whispered as you approach Turner. Turner's just looking at the body. He's not going anywhere. It sounds like they're getting ready to lynch up the fucking funeral owner. I don't know if you want to do anything about that.
I'm going to try and stop it.
Okay. You can make either a fast talk or a credit rating.
The credit rating.
But tell me how you want to do this. What do you want to say to these people to try to calm them down? Using money or using the fact that you're a rich white man. What would you say to these people? Because that's what credit rating comes down to.
Okay, so since I have 90 credit rating...
I thought you had 99.
I have 90.
You have 90? Okay, that's still... Whoa.
So
tell me what you want to say to try to calm them using...
The fact that I'm extremely...
You're extremely rich. Yeah, extremely rich is the most important part.
I guess, I kind of, raise my voice and try and address the crowd.
Right.
That trying to lynch the mortician would be unlawful.
Okay.
And that it was possible that he made a mistake in the declaration of death.
How are you going to use money to make this right? That's what credit rating comes down to.
I don't know.
You could say, I am going to pay for all the funeral costs and give him a new casket and that kind of thing.
I'm going to pay for a nice casket.
Okay.
And I will cover all the costs of the funeral.
Okay.
And travel, just all the costs for putting on the funeral.
Okay, make a roll. That's a significant help to the family.
20.
So okay, that calms people down immediately. You're guessing this funeral will be less than $500. Way less. So even a nice casket, if you on top of the cost of the funeral, is still going to barely touch anything for you. Okay, people calm down at that. They're like, oh, this white man gonna make it right. That kind of thing is going around. You guys can make another spot hidden. You come out of your awful, terrified paralysis.
I got a
Jesus Christ.
16.
You see everything.
My dice hit each other. I hate them.
There's a guy. The guy.
Where?
He is a short distance away. He's wearing a brown suit. And you recognize him as the guy from the night before, the assassin, the murder guy. Now he's a little ways away. He's not right near you. He's a little ways up the street. And as you see him, he sees you, and you guys lock eyes. And then he turns and starts walking up the street, very briskly.
Can I just?
I thought you were going for Leroy. Leroy's looking at the dead guy who is now fallen to the ground, and his wife is over him just crying.
So
you have a choice
even if I chased after him, I probably wouldn't catch him.
You don't know. Leroy's right there though, and he's starting to kind of edge away, but he's not running.
I'm gonna just confront Leroy.
Okay. You see the guy run to a gray Packard and get in. And you're right. You probably wouldn't have caught him.
Yeah.
Good choice. Leroy looks just very uncomfortable. And he's kind of moving away without running away.
Yeah.
He's just kind of looking at the dead body and just kind of backing away. He's as shocked and scared as you're. You don't know what happened to him.
I don't think I care too much.
What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna try and calmly try and ask him what's going on. And
he looks at you.
Can I charm him?
Do you have charm?
I have 53 charm.
Yeah, you can use charm. Well, let's look it up. I forget what charm is. Charm is new for 7th Ed.
I'm just trying to like calm him down and get him to talk to me.
I want to double check it though. Physical flattery. You could use flattery.
Maybe comment on how good his music was, and then I had some few questions for him.
Yes, perfect. Make it one.
91.
91. Okay, so you don't. But you're saying that you want to talk to him. He seems amiable. If you buy him a drink or two.
Yeah. You look like you're like kind of. Well, I don't think I'm gonna put my hand on him. Like, would it be improper for me to put my hand on him?
No, you're a white person. If you start slapping him in the middle of the street, it wouldn't be improper. Unless you're a moral person who thinks all people are real people. What? Yeah. And you could be. You could be rich and still have total respect for people of color.
Maybe.
You could put a comforting hand on the shoulder.
Yeah, just put
that
it
would
on.
not be inappropriate.
Okay, you look like you've seen some. You look like you're pretty disturbed.
Well, buy me a drink, sir, and I'll talk
where's
to you.
the nearest place I can get something?
I can show you. Let's go. Come on.
And I follow him.
Okay.
And I kind of just support him as we leave.
Okay. Somebody stopped you. What's your name?
Yeah.
You said you were going to pay for the funeral. They need some contact information.
I give them Winter's contact information.
Okay.
And just tell them that I'll get to it.
Okay.
Or would Winters have the ability to like manage my finances?
No, he can't sign checks for you.
Okay.
But he can.
What can I do in the meantime?
You can tell him your phone number.
Yeah.
Well, there's no phone numbers right now. You give them your full name.
Yeah.
And tell them where you live.
Yeah.
And a few people look suspicious, but others seem to believe you made the roll with your credit rating.
Yeah.
So they're like, this white man, he's going to do that. Yeah, he's a good white man.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I'll
so
get to it later
they're going to give you the benefit of the doubt for now.
Yeah.
And somebody gets your information.
Yeah.
Actually, it's Mitch. Mitch gets your information.
Yeah.
Because he was, and he says, okay, I'll be in touch, sir. I'll be in touch.
Can I tell him like to come by later tonight?
To your apartment?
Yeah.
You need to leave word with your doorman to let in the color.
Yeah. I'll
come by tonight. What time do you want me, sir? Leroy's just standing there swaying slightly. He's probably already been drinking today.
About 11 or 12 tonight.
Yes, sir. He seems very respectful of you.
I'm not sure how long they'll be out.
Okay, yeah. So 11 o'clock. He says he'll be by your building. Yes, sir.
If I'm up there, Winters should be there, and just wait for me.
Just make sure you leave word with your doorman, sir. He will not let me in.
Can I call Winters at all?
You have to find a telephone first.
Okay.
You've got hours. You've got like 12 hours to deal with this situation.
Okay, well,
he just wants you at some point to tell your doorman that a colored person will be coming and to allow him to come in. Otherwise, they will not let him in.
I tell them as the last resort to stay outside, and I'll come in if I'm around.
Okay, but he asks you to let them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I take. Yeah.
You're fine right now.
Okay.
So you see him talking to several colored people.
I'm a walk up.
Okay. So you hear him having this conversation about letting this guy into his building later tonight, around 11 o'clock.
I put my hand on Mitch's shoulder. My condolences, sir.
Oh. He seems like blown away by that, okay? Thank you, sir, thank you. And then Leroy's ready to go.
Yeah,
Are we going?
Yeah, I'm going.
Place. Let's go to my place.
Sure.
Okay. And he's leading off. If you go with, he doesn't say a word.
I'll go with you.
Okay. He leads you to a neighborhood speakeasy in here in Harlem. It's a little low-key place. It's basically a bar.
I probably look very out of place.
You're wearing a nice suit. You're wearing just a normal suit. You do look out of place, but there's not many people here at noon or thereabouts.
Okay.
And Mitch sits down Leroy sits down. Turner sits down, and he gestures, and they bring him a pint of whiskey and 3 glasses. And he pours himself one that's almost up to the brim. And he pours you. He's pouring.
Oh, just a little.
And he stops. He starts pouring you. And he'll pour it up to the rim if you don't say anything.
That's good.
Okay, so about how full is it?
I don't really want to be drunk when I'm asking them these questions.
That's okay. Yeah. So you just have a little, and he just. And it's a shot. It's a freaking rocks glass. So it's like the size of like this, and down the whole thing goes before he puts it down again. And he pours himself right up to the top again.
I just lightly have a little bit to drink, and I ask him, so Leroy, I was really impressed with your music. Where did you get that cleric What does he have again?
It's a cornet.
Cornet.
Which is like a trumpet, but slightly different.
Yeah.
And this one's really different. You can make another spot hidden on this cornet. But your character's still wide-eyed and very pale.
Nope.
Okay, you don't care about the fucking cornet. You want some alcohol in you. Yeah. And the bottle's right there. It's a pint bottle. It's already almost half empty from Mitch taking a whole glass and refilling, and you guys each taking however much you wanted. Or not Mitch, damn it. Turner. Leroy Turner. Okay. He says, I tell you, sir, I got this trumpet, this cornet, from Louis Armstrong, Mr. Louis Armstrong.
Oh, really?
You guys have heard of Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
He is a famous jazz musician. He's in Chicago right now. But he is a young but very famous jazz musician, and he's held in high esteem by everybody. I was playing with the scratch band, and when I went outside for a little smoke, and you realize he's probably talking about marijuana.
Yeah.
Mr. Armstrong approached me in the alley, and he said to me, "You're such a good player, Leroy, that I want you to have one of my horns." And he gave me this horn on the spot. He's just got the horn set upright in the middle of the table.
Can I just
or closer to him than you guys?
Can I just look at it without touching it?
Yeah. It's got a crackled silver exterior. It's a crackled silver finish. 4 valves, not the usual 3.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice looking horn.
Yeah.
Very expensive looking horn. Like
I
ivory,
kind of like
ivory on the valves.
I get a nod of approval as to its quality.
You can each make me a psychology check. Good luck with that.
I wish my psychology major would help me out here.
Nope.
30. Yeah,
Out of what, 5?
Out of 10.
10. Okay, alright. That's what you get out of him as far as like that.
Yeah.
He does tell you, I played the trumpet for 10 years. Ain't nothing ever happened like this.
How long have you been playing this trumpet for? I mean,
Mr. Armstrong just gave me that a few days ago.
Really?
Oh, yes, sir. I've been using it. For a couple of days. He picks his rock glass up and drains it again. Puts it down and reaches for that pint bottle.
Would you will?
Obviously, he's got a problem. And he fills it right up to the rim again, and he corks it and he sticks it back in the table.
Could I buy this off of you?
The pint?
No, the cornet.
No.
You don't want?
No, Mr. Armstrong gave this to me. Louis Armstrong. He's a great man. He's the greatest trumpet cornet player of all time.
But I could compensate you very well for
No,
it.
he picks it up and he kind of cradles it. No, this is the most important thing in my life right now. Ever since
what, sir?
Well, Marnie died 2 years ago, and she was hit by a car, and she was the most important thing in my life, and she's gone. And so now this is the most important. He's kind of caressing a little bit.
Yeah.
This is the most important thing in my life now, and I can't give it up. Why?
I understand, sir.
Mr. Louis Armstrong gave this to me.
I kind of nod, but I kind of look a little
He nods
disappointed about it.
Okay, he nods back at you. I'm sorry, sir. I'm really sorry.
It's fine.
But I just can't give it up.
I ask him, do you know what the fourth thingy does?
The fourth thingy? I'm misunderstanding you, sir. I'm sorry.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, that.
On the cornet?
Yeah.
Why, it's... I don't know. I just know when to hit the right notes, and it makes them different. It's amazing.
Do you really think about it, or do you just subconsciously
It's
do it?
instinctual is the word, I think. And I know that it's amazing. You saw the fourth key?
He told me about it.
Okay.
And I kind of
he's like messing with the keys, but he's not blowing on the horn right now.
I kind of look at Daryl.
I've never seen nothing like it, but it's you add the fourth key to certain regular notes, like a D or a B flat, or an A, and sometimes you add that note, and it just makes the music better. It just makes it better. And he's holding the horn close to him now again still.
Yeah.
Better in what way?
I don't know. Somehow it more reverberates. It makes a more beautiful noise. It's soulful, more soulful. Like jazz should be. And like it was, today.
Or last night.
Well, last night, but I've been using that key every night. I had this, I'm not sure how long. Sometimes things get blurry. Sometimes I'm not sure how much time has passed. But it's been at least a few days. I played at other places.
I kind of, this is a strange question, Turner. But has there been...
You can call me Leroy, sir.
I'm sorry, Leroy, but you know what happened last night.